All right. Hey, everyone. Welcome back. Ready to dig into another song.
Always ready. What do we have today?
Today, we're going way back to the 90s, back when flannel and ripped jeans were all the rage.
Oh, yeah, I remember those days. What song are we looking at?
We're diving deep into Only Wanna Be With You by Hootie and the Blowfish. You know it, right?
Of course. Everyone was singing along back then, and probably still are.
I know. I still catch myself humming it now and then. But honestly, there's more to it than just that catchy chorus. We're going to break down those lyrics, see what kind of story they're telling.
Sounds good to me. There's always more to discover, even in songs we think we know.
Okay, so right off the bat, the first verse kind of drops us right into the middle of this relationship. And it's clear from the get-go that things aren't exactly simple.
Right. There's definitely some tension there.
Yeah, like you and me, we come from different worlds. Sometimes you're crazy and you wonder why I'm such a baby because the dolphins make me cry.
Okay, that line about the dolphins always gets me. It's like this perfect little snapshot of two people who might not quite be on the same wavelength.
It's brilliant.
You've got this narrator who's clearly a sensitive soul. They admit to getting emotional, maybe even shedding a tear or two over something that might seem, well, kind of random.
Yeah, like dolphins.
Exactly. And then you have their partner who is probably thinking, really? We're crying over dolphins right now. It just sets up this dynamic, you know?
A little bit of push and pull.
Yeah, and a little bit of humor too, right? Because let's be honest, crying over dolphins, it's a little funny, but also it makes you think about those little things that can spark bigger emotions in a relationship.
Totally. And then a few lines later, there's this part that I always found really intriguing. The narrator's trying to figure out where they stand. They say, you look at me, you've got nothing left to say. I won't dance, you won't sing. I just want to love you, but you want to wear my wing.
Mm.
It's playful, but there's also this sense of, like, longing, or maybe even a little bit of frustration.
Absolutely. It's that push and pull again, but on a deeper level now. The narrator wants to be all in, full commitment, I just want to love you, but their partner seems to be holding back a little. You want to wear my ring, not let's get married, you know?
It's subtle, but it makes you think, are they on the same page about the future?
Right, and it taps into that very human desire to be loved, but also to have freedom, to not feel pressured or rushed into something you're not ready for. It's relatable, even decades later. But then, just when you think you've got the song figured out, it throws this curveball at you.
Oh, yeah. This is where things take an unexpected turn.
Right out of left field.
The narrator throws in this line, put on a little Dylan sitting on a fence. I say that line's great. You asked me what it meant by... And suddenly, we're not just in a 90s love song anymore. We're in, like, a literature class.
I love this part. It's like the songwriters are giving us a little wink, showing off their knowledge of music history. Because that line, it's a direct reference to Bob Dylan, one of the most influential singer-songwriters of all time.
Specifically to his song Tangled Up in Blue.
Exactly. Now, Tangled Up in Blue is a whole other deep dive, but the basics are this. It's a story told from the perspective of this guy looking back on his life and loves. And it's full of vivid imagery and complex emotions.
Okay, so we've got this reference to a song about lost love and tangled relationships. What does that tell us about our narrator in Only Wanna Be With You?
It's like they're hinting that their own relationship might be more complicated than it appears on the surface. Maybe there are unresolved issues, maybe there's a fear of repeating past mistakes, maybe there's just this sense that things are, well, tangled up.
It definitely adds a layer of depth.
Right. It makes you wonder if this carefree, feel-good song is actually masking something a little deeper. And then, of course, there's that line, I can't help it if I'm lucky, which takes on a whole new meaning in light of the Dylan reference.
So is the narrator talking about luck and love? Or are they referencing the inheritance in Tangled Up in Blue, that part where Dylan sings, she inherited $1 million and when she died, it came to me?
It's brilliant, isn't it? The ambiguity makes it so much more interesting. Are they just lucky to be with this person? Or are they playing with the idea of fate and fortune, just like Dylan did?
We're left wondering. The song doesn't give us a clear answer.
And that's part of the beauty of it, right? It allows us to fill in the blanks, to create our own interpretation. Maybe the narrator is truly happy and just a little clueless. Maybe they're deeply in love, but also aware of the potential for heartache. Maybe they're just having fun with the lyrics, throwing in a Dylan quote to see if anyone notices. We don't know for sure, and that's what keeps us coming back to the song.
And what about the ending? Do they make it? Does their love survive? It's that open ending that makes this song linger in your mind long after the last note fades.
Exactly. It's a reminder that even in a seemingly simple pop song, there can be these layers of meaning, these connections to bigger ideas and themes. And it's also a reminder that real-life relationships, they're not always tied up neatly with a bow. They can be messy, complicated, and full of uncertainty.
Which is probably why this song still resonates with so many people, even after all these years. So next time you hear "Only Want to Be With You," think about those hidden depths, that playful tension, the Dylan connection, the ambiguous ending. And who knows, you might even find yourself crying over some dolphins.
Maybe not crying, but definitely appreciating the depth and complexity of this song.
Right. And maybe even digging a little deeper into some Bob Dylan while you're at it.
That's always a good idea.
Absolutely. All right, everyone, that's our deep dive on Only Want to Be With You. Thanks for listening, and until next time, keep those ears open for those hidden meanings and those unexpected connections. You never know where a good song will take you.
Happy listening.